5's big goal for season 13 is to keep you connected. We need each other and we need to belong. So this month we're focusing on those touch points to the past. Your family tree makes you you. And all month we're sharing everyday ways to honor your heritage and draw strength from the people in your past. Family history expert Rhonna Farrer is here with some fresh ideas for families. And Rhonna, there's so many new things coming out all the time. What is the thing you're excited about right now?
Well, think beyond photo books. We kind of got in a rut where photo books was what we were doing, right? So I love thinking outside the box and experiencing our stories in a totally different way. So everything that you can connect to on a daily basis is going to be family history. It's our living history.
And you do something called family tree gatherings. What do those mean and why do you call it that?
So family tree, think of your family tree. You've got the branches, the roots, the leaves, and it's not just your little tiny family. It basically is your extended family, right? And so when you gather in a way that helps you connect with those branches, that becomes more meaningful. You make memories, you talk about the memories, there are photos and stories, and it really is a way to connect.
It is one of my favorite things. And you have some ideas for us on how we can do this. And some of these I've never heard of before. What's your first idea?
Okay, so the first one is take a trip down memory lane. And if you think about it, the people that are living right now in your life, they can tell stories that once they're gone, they'll be lost, right? And so those stories matter. And when you take a trip down memory lane, you not only get to see things visually, but you get to talk about the memories, you get to take photos, experience food, things like that, and all the senses are engaged, and it is so much fun to take a trip.
And you're not talking about just sitting on the couch looking at photos.
Oh, no.
You're talking about get off the couch,
Yes.
go out and go somewhere. And you did this recently,
Yes,
right?
this was so fun. So last summer, my sister got this great idea to go with my mom, who's in her mid-70s. We went to Los Angeles, where she grew up in the 50s. And my grandpa was a fireman in LA, in downtown. We went to go see where the old firehouse was. We went to go see where her home was. We went to see Clifton's Cafeteria is still there. It was there in the 50s. And she told us stories all along the way, and it was one of the best trips ever. And it had meaning, and then we're able to continue her story with the generations after us.
My friend just did this with her family and just Instagrammed the whole thing, you know, back east in North Carolina. And it was fascinating for me, and it's not even my family.
Right, yes.
So that's great. Now, what if you can't all get together? I think some of us, you know, you're in the middle of little kids or whatever, you're thinking, I can't do that. You can use technology though, right?
Exactly, technology. So think about this. Think about Google Maps, right? And if you're able to have an address of, like, for instance, my mom's, the first place that she worked in downtown LA, she could send a link to us. And think about 3D and satellite. You can actually go and you can see, I mean, you can pan around and everything. You can have a memory lane trip virtually.
Yeah, if you can't all go do it that way, if some of you can go, use your FaceTime or Skype or whatever, right?
Exactly.
And there's other ways we can use technology too. I know that you say social media can be a huge part of this.
Right, let's use social media for good, right? So how about create a family hashtag? We've got one where it's my grandpa, Paul Garn's family history. And every time we do something together, we have family reunions or even just a photo or a story. We use that hashtag, and then everybody in the family, extended family, knows they can go there, and that's where the stories are tracked. That's where they're kept. And so this is a fun way to be able to make it social media something that's not just, you know, it kind of gets a bad rap sometimes, but really use it for good.
And what medium have you found is the best? Are you using, this looks like Instagram, have you found that the best, or Twitter or Facebook?
You know what, your family, wherever your people are, and we've got a lot of young adults and teenagers, and they're on Instagram, and so that's what we've chosen to use. But every family is different, so decide what works for you. Family hashtag.
Okay, family cook night. I like this one too. I've never heard of this before. Have like an ancestor cookout.
Right, right. I've got Mexican heritage, and my great-grandpa Gonzalez had the best tacos ever. And our whole family calls them Gonzalez tacos. They're very simple to make, but I want my kids to know how to make those. So have a cooking class, take pictures, talk about great-grandpa Gonzalez, talk about his stories. And then, again, you could also put that with your family hashtag on social media. And if not everybody's there, FaceTime or do Zoom or something like that, where you can actually have a family gathering.
And look how darling your little recipe was there, and you can hand those out. Yeah, wedding gifts right there, right?
Exactly.
Okay, and what's your last fun idea?
So the last one is
hold a virtual family celebration.
This one is really, really, this actually happened to be one of my favorite things. So my great-grandma, actually my grandma and grandpa, they've been gone for a long time, and their 81st wedding anniversary was coming up.
Wow.
And I thought, okay, we can't get together and we can't celebrate this, but what if we did it virtually? So I sent out an invitation via email to my extended family and invited everybody to gather online on their anniversary day. And we shared stories, we shared photos, and we celebrated them all day wherever we were. We did audio and memories on Family Search, and then at the end of the day, we all got together via email and just said, so how was it? And my cousin said, this was the best day ever because I felt like we celebrated Granny and Grandpa.
And probably learned so much.
Right, and nobody went anywhere, but we still had that gathering and that connecting via technology.
Okay, now some of these ideas are part of a book that you put together for Roots Tech?
Yes, Allison Kimball and I wrote a book called Lightkeepers, and it's actually part of an event that's part of Roots Tech.
Okay.
We did it last year for the first time, and we're doing it again, and registration just opened.
Registration for the next Roots
Yes,
Tech. Okay,
yes,
that's
in
coming
2019.
up. Okay,
Right.
so where do we go to do that?
So go to rootstech.org and look up Lightkeepers. We only have 250 people in this particular event. So
wow.
that's why we want to get the word out now and let people know about it. But tons of ideas, tons of inspiration where it makes storytelling not so boring and it makes it a lot of fun.
Oh, fascinating.
Yeah.
Thanks for these great ideas,
Okay,
Rhonna.
thank you.
Appreciate it.